I guess for a lot of investors looking at the construction industry, the World Cup is now come and gone. What now?
Well, yeah, I can understand where some of the concern was. In fact, we had some of it ourselves. But, for ourselves specifically, being in the road space, it's pretty much back to business as usual. We all had a bit of a World Cup hangover and had a great party. But, on the freeways, driving here, etc., we're all back on site and, back to life as we know it.
In terms of new projects coming online, there's of course the toll roads in the Winelands, the second phase here in Gauteng. Just talk us through, when you're expecting that to come online and if there could be a potential delay.
Well, the first one coming out is the Winelands one in Cape Town. We're all busy pricing right now. In fact, in September month, the first round of bids will go in. From there, clearly the process will be one of electing the preferred bidder, going into financial closure negotiations, etc. So somewhere between the middle and the end of next year is where one would expect to be, hopefully being on site, the latter part of next year. Do we expect delays? At this stage, there's absolutely no indication that there should be. We all live in the real world, anything is possible, but as of this interview, no, we believe all of that is on track. We have no definitive timelines on the second phase of Gauteng and specifically the Wild Coast that you alluded to. My view is that's between 12 and 24 months out. But, all indications from government and from our clients at this stage is that is all on course.
I want to just chat about your Africa operations because there were some delay in payments from your operations in Zambia. Is that still a major concern for you? How is progress going there?
It remains a concern, to be fair. A little bit less so than it was a few months ago, but working in Africa is difficult. Zambia, operationally, the conditions are a lot tougher than they are here. That part we seem to have okay. There's been some delay in payments. There's been investigations happening in Zambia. That continues to be the case, but it sounds like things are coming to a head, and the process is moving forward. Some new work that's out on tender, etc., that we're looking at. So, I'd be lying if I said everything is paid up to date as we'd like it, but, a lot better than it was.
Looking at competition in the industry and your market share, both in South Africa and in Zambia, I know the Chinese are quite active in Zambia, but just overall, your market share, how it stands right now?
In Zambia?
In South Africa.
In South Africa, you need to break up what we do. We're a very dominant player when it comes to what we call light rehabilitation work and asphalt manufacturing. On the actual road construction side, we're one of the big players together with our peer groups, Murray's, Wilson Bailey and so forth. Market shares are reasonably equal between us all. In Zambia, once again, we're a fairly dominant player. There, our competitors are somewhat different. It tends to be the Chinese contractors that are the big competition there. There's some local players there too. Namibia, one of the other areas at this stage, given the kind of work we're doing there, we're definitely probably the largest road contractor out there. Chinese space, very competitive when you get outside of South Africa. So, that's how it's been for the last 7 years, and I can assure you, I expect it to be like that for the next 7. So, that's the scope the field we play in, and we're okay with that.
You also just recently moved into Malawi. Talk us through how things are going there.
It's early. We've just started up basically 2 months ago. On site, things are moving on. It's a euro-based contract. Some price fluctuations on the euro at stages that got us a little bit nervous, but things seem to have settled down. It's very much in the early phases of the contract, so you don't really have, it's not fair to give total commitment as to where things will be, but all indications at this stage it's running according to plan, and we're quite happy.
You've also just come back from India, obviously looking at prospects on other continents, really.
Yeah, not so much. I wouldn't want people to think we want to be all over the globe and Europe and everywhere else. That's definitely not part of our strategy at all. We do explore emerging markets, very much so. That's the space we think we can function in. We were in India just, basically doing a recce and taking a look what's out there and met some people. Exciting country, exciting, prospects, difficult conditions. But, we continue to look, everywhere and where something will make sense in the space that we are able to function in. That's where we'll make home.